Hello, welcome back. Record fair season is over. At least here in Germany. I don't know how it is in your place or at your place. At least here in Germany you have a season. The season starts late September and ends mid to end May. So the season now is over. During the season you have a record fair every week, sometimes every 2 weeks in different cities in this area. And this season I visited quite a lot. I think at least 2/3 of them I was there, got my records, and so I think I have a quite good impression of the changes and what has happened. And there has been happening a lot between this year's season and last year's season, as I also went to quite some of those fairs last season. And the differences are really significant. Of course, this is not a surprise in my opinion. Of course, we have seen an immense increase on the prices, way more expensive, but not a surprise to me. I was expecting that, and I think it will go on like this, at least when it comes to the rare stuff and to the records that are in great shape. I think those are the two criteria which are very important when it comes to price increases, significant ones, and of course the rare ones. Of course, something else that wasn't that I didn't expect it in this manner, that Can and Neu disappeared. Even here on ground zero, when it comes to krautrock, Can and Neu first pressings in really good condition. Not this season. It was unbelievable. I talked to quite some dealers about it and said, no, Michael, sorry, not here, not there. Maybe next season we will see. So that were some changes, of course, but there has been other, maybe even more important changes. And those two are, first, an immense increase of young people. So many young people. Triple the amount of last season, which of course is wonderful to see, and very important to see that there are so much more young people, and even a higher increase when it comes to the part of the female visitors. This is so striking, how many more women you see on those record fairs. Doesn't matter if it's here in the area, here in Germany, or where it also was so unbelievable visibly Den Bosch. It was unbelievable. Sometimes I counted it through the rows, and we had 40% of women in Den Bosch. I had some time and said, okay, let's count. 40% women, which is of course great, because they change when it comes to the atmosphere. Women have a different approach. In many regards, a better approach. And this is of course wonderful to see that the female part also comes back to our beloved and wonderful hobby, and of course young people, because without young people our hobby would be dead within 1 or 2 decades, and of course nobody wants that. So that's a very important change, and I think that the companies who organize those record fairs really should react to this. By the way, I also showed 3 Grails I got from the last fair, so don't be impatient. I show records a little later, but let me talk about this for a bit, because I think that's very important. And then a real eye-opener for me was the very last record fair, this time here in Düsseldorf. We had beautiful weather. And due to lucky circumstances that wasn't intended, the old place where it has taken place wasn't possible, and so they got into an area where there is a nightclub and a concert hall, and now it takes place over there. And this is an amazing place for a record fair. You can open the doors. It's for the most part, you have beautiful light. It's high. It has windows. Wonderful place for something like this. And the last time we had beautiful weather, and they could open all the doors on the side. And so there was an outside area where people could sit on chairs and banks. They had table, they had food outside, they had drinks outside. And that was so cool. People sit outside showing what they have found, what they have bought to other visitors. And oh, look, I have this, look, I have that. And so that was such a beautiful opportunity to embrace the social aspect of our hobby, which is also so important. It's so nice to talk, to show what you've got, your prey. It was so cool outside. You know, usually what you only have the most social place on those records fairs are the smokers area outside, where people just smoke a cigarette for 3 minutes and then get back inside. And so that really was something where I said, this is how it should be. Make it more social, make it more an event for broaden the spectrum of also that younger people feels more attracted to it, that you also can take your wife with you, and she doesn't say, no, you know, those smelly halls, those grumpy, smelly old men digging in smelly old records. No, thank you. You can go. See you later. Of course, don't get that too serious now. But I think you know what I mean. I think this is where those events should evolve into. I hope it happens. I really do hope it happens, because that will broaden the group of people who are attracted into vinyl, into used vinyl, even more. You know, also Den Bosch does it in a way. They have these side programs, they have discussions, they have music, they have coffees where we can sit. That goes into the right direction. And yeah, you know, we pay €5 entrance for such a record fair. And hey, why not raise it €1 or €2 and then give us a decent coffee, a decent sandwich? This will change a lot, so that you don't want to go as fast as possible home, because somehow you don't feel so comfortable. Doesn't need so much to change, and this Düsseldorf record fair really was an eye-opener for me when it comes to things like this. Yeah, just my 2 cents, just my thoughts. What do you think? What are your experience on those record fairs? Do you also, in your country where you live, do you also have this season from autumn to late spring? Here in Germany we have it. How is it at your place? Yeah, and of course records. You know, throughout all those record fairs, I bought at least 90% of the records from 2 dealers, because those are different cities, but the dealers are not always exactly the same, but the big ones are on almost every of those record fairs. And so for me it's very important to have a dealer I trust. I know if something goes wrong I can return it, I don't have big discussions, and I'm so happy that I have those kind of dealers. And yeah, at the last fair I got quite some records, and I show you the 3 highlights. First highlight I want to show you is Electric from Caravan. I mean, look at this jacket alone. Look at this jacket. Of course, we are again on the realm of krautrock. This record came out on the Hansa record label. Here you can see the label, and it's an astonishing piece of music. I mean, the instruments alone tells you that there is something going on here. The instruments are electro tenor saxophone, electronic flute, electronic soprano saxophone, electronic alt sax piano, a so-called Wienbrücke, Vienna bridge. I don't know what's meant. We have organ. We have the electric piano. I cannot plastic Gesäuse. I'm not able to translate that. We have the tuba. We have the electronic bass. And believe it or not, we have toilet flushing. And we have drums. So this is a very avant-garde-ish, experimental, fun, funky piece of music by Caravan. Try this one out. It's extremely hard to describe, and yeah, the music is like this wonderful. The jacket really suits the music very, very well, and I'm so happy to have found such a perfect copy. Highly recommend it. If you don't know it, try it out. Difficult to explain. Yeah, and then I got 2 grails on the last fair. I got 2 really grails. The first one I now show you is on the Vertigo label. It's the German first pressing of the second album of Agitation 3. Really, really difficult to get album. I'll show you, of course, the iconic Vertigo label. And for this record, I looked for this record so long. It's from 1973, and yeah, it's rock, but krautrock again with such funky and inspiring, crazy elements out of nothing, really out of nothing. You know, on the first song, First Communication, 8 minutes 18. It's the typical rock of the time, but then throughout the whole song, such crazy frequencies of 1-2 seconds throughout the sound stage. Wow, brilliant! A brilliant record, not an invisible record, but a really, at least here in this area, really difficult to get one. So happy that I finally have my Agitation 3 second. Now I'm just missing the Malesh, but someday I will get it. The other one on the Philips label, same here, so difficult to get. It's Wheat. Amazing jacket. You know, sometimes you see it at Den Bosch, but this is a typical wall record. If a dealer has it, it's at the wall. It's a gatefold jacket. As I said, it's on the Philips label. And wait, I'll show it to you. Here you have the record. And this is also so damn difficult to get nowadays, especially if you want to have it in VG Plus or near mint. And yeah, musically, it's on the rocky side. This is krautrock. But again, with this sparkles and inspiring craziness. For example, there's My Dream. My favorite song of this album it's the third song on side 1. A rock song, but it's 6 minutes 30 or something. And the first 3 minutes, 2 minutes, it's only a piano, but at least 100 meters away. And they do it for 2 minutes. They just do it, and then the rock song starts, and that's so amazing and so uplifting and inspiring. And that's what I love about those krautrock records. They just had the balls to do inspiring, crazy, out of the usual context stuff, which makes those albums quite special. I think Weed, this is their only release. I don't think that there is another release, and just wow that we get those and have those records after 53 years. This is from 1971. It's just wonderful. Highly recommended. Weed, beautiful, great rock music, krautrock music at its best. Yeah, those are my 2 cents about the season, the record first season. What I think should happen within the next years to open it up to more and more people, and of course 3 fantastic records at home. I'm able to listen to them now finally on vinyl, which is of course great, wonderful thing. Thank you so much for your time, and see you on the next one. Bye.